More good news, at least in my opinion, for those of us that are in the real estate business and the mortgage industry. Like I said, it's been a difficult 6 months with demand being much, much lower than what it's been in a while. And now all of a sudden you've got rates starting to fall and more people getting back in the housing market. This article here by Altos, though, kind of lets us know where things are at. And I really believe that this is kind of a good overall kind of synopsis of where we're at. Strong demand. Low inventory means fewer discounts for buyers. And then this article on Altos Research, they talk about where as rates fall, it's pushing more people into the market. I've done a few videos lately on new programs for first-time home buyers. That pushes more people into the market. And so as more demand comes online, which is great, plus we're going into the times of the year when people want to buy, the fact that there's no real place for that inventory to come from is kind of a dampener on the market, right? Meaning you can only have, if you only have 25 cars for sale in a given month, you can only sell 25 cars in that month. And if more people than 25 want to buy those cars, then the only thing that can happen to those cars is go up in price. There's going to be more people competing for those cars. And so that's very similar to what the housing market is doing, is there's limited supply. We have gotten a couple months. If you look right here, this is like a national listing for the nation here, which is what national means. But so right here you can see in July of 2016, we have 1.4 million homes on the market. Flash forward to today, we have 562,000 homes. And I actually think the number's lower than that right now. So we have a third of the homes for sale on the market. That is just ridiculous when you look at the decline in inventory. And then if you look, I pulled specifically Florida, you can see here in 2019, 155,000 homes. And right now in 2023, 83,986 homes. Obviously that just means there's so little inventory for the amount of people that want to buy it. But the good news is we're coming out of what I considered what was going to be kind of the bottom of the market. We had no real crash when it came to prices, but the number of transactions definitely fell, and we're at the bottom of that, meaning we had, prices that ran up, fairly high rates at 7%, some of the highest they've been in a while, and demand really, really low, people not wanting to buy a home because of those factors. Now, at least two of those three are improving, right? Rates are dropping, more people are wanting to buy, which means that we are turning the corner and getting back the first steps of what's going to be a normal real estate market, or whatever the new normal is going to be, which is going to mean more sales, more opportunity for people in the business. The real question is when will we get inventory? And the answer is going to be when we get sellers that want to sell their homes. And I think that gets, needing rates down closer to 5%. What do you need to be doing? And this is, to me, important to be thinking about. I see a lot of people doing social media posts and all these things, but I can tell you that doesn't really move the needle in the short term for your business. One of the things you want to be doing right now is take some things that lenders do that I would be doing if I was a real estate agent right now. We take people that we know that have higher rates and we start prepping them for the next refinance, right? Hey, we have a list of clients we're staying in touch with saying, hey, listen, when rates get to a certain point, we're going to be working with you refinancing. We certainly don't want them refinancing with someone else. We're trying to capture our clients for long-term clients just like you are. And so not only do we do their loan initially, we stay in touch with them and send them updates, prepping them for the time. Then they're obviously going to refinance with rates, coming down from where they're at. You want to take that same approach with clients that have bought a house in the last 3, 4, 5 years. Many people that I talk to say they would like to sell their home. They just don't want to trade in that super low rate, but they might need more bedrooms, pool, whatever the case is. And so you want to start building lists. If you're looking for a reason to call past clients to set up a really tremendous end of the year and into next year, at least in my opinion, as rates continue to fall, is asking them, hey, rates are falling. Have you thought about selling? If we could get to a certain point where your payment would only go up a certain amount. All these sellers or future sellers are sitting on a ton of equity. And I believe there's some pent up supply, and getting those kind of like we look as a refi list where you're going to be reaching out to them, staying in touch with them. They should be getting consistent communication from you, automated things like we use HomeBot. Call me if you know what HomeBot is, or whatever ways that you're doing where you're continually reaching out both with a phone call which I think is the best thing, but also automation and setting them up for a lot of future listings that you want to take advantage of as rates fall. That's kind of where the puck is going, as Wayne Gretzky says, just like we do with refinances. Also, I think it's important to know that we will get in this kind of weird area, I think, where rates are maybe in the mid fives, and that's kind of the worst of all worlds because you have demand coming back where buyers want to buy, but it's still probably high enough rate that's going to keep a lot of sellers from entering the market, and that's going to keep that compressed inventory, which again could possibly, and if I was a betting man, drive prices up, certainly creating a lot of competition. And so if you're going to work on the buyer side, which I work, you're going to have to kiss a lot more frogs, so to speak, meaning you have to have a lot more buyers that you're working with to get a transaction because it's probably going to get a lot more competitive. And if you're a listing agent, good news is houses are going to sell really quickly when you get one. Anyways, if you have any questions on this or anything else, reach out to me. I'd love to help anytime. It's Rayce Robinson, your favorite Florida mortgage broker. Have a great week. Hope you had a great Easter. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.